We're like, oh yeah, online. Not saying you shouldn't be excited, just don't buy into everything you hear. Here's another thing that I'm hearing from everyone during the eclipse. We're going to have a massive flash and we're all going to upgrade into higher dimensional frequencies. I think most people are thinking 5D. Hi everyone, I am coming on live on my Facebook page and I am going to be talking about what is to come with this upcoming eclipse. And I'm also going to be talking about what's happening even now, even prior to the eclipse. Holy cow. I want to see what's going to come as far as what's coming up with this eclipse coming Monday. I know I see a lot of people saying that they're having their kids, schools are having their kids, taken out. You could better take your kids home because your kids can't be here at school. You better watch your pets. Make sure your pets are inside. One of the main differences from the usual eclipses that we have, they're just over 2 minutes long from beginning to end. And the one that's coming up April 8th is going to be just over 4 minutes. So that's pretty interesting. Let's talk about what's been happening long before this eclipse even actually takes place, April 8th, which is already happening now. And you may have come to realize that or not. Maybe today will bring it to your attention that you are noticing what's taking place. We could say a portal is opened and a lot of energy is flooding in. We could say that. And some of the symptoms that you may have noticed are a lot of light frequency permeating your body. So your crown chakra, your heart chakra, and your solar chakra opening with a lot of energy entering your body. Okay, so the three main chakras that I've come to realize that source frequency enjoys opening and expanding and pooling a lot of energy through is your crown, your heart in the center of your chest, and then your solar chakra just above your belly button. And so some of the symptoms that you may experience when those three chakras are really being opened and you have a lot of energy coming in is lightheadedness, spaciness. You might be feeling like you kind of check back into your body. You might be noticing heart palps, anxiety, overheating, nausea. Okay, so some of these things will take place when you have a large amount of energy pooling through your body. And if you're just getting a dusting or a taste of this coming in from source frequency, can you imagine the full impact and effect of the light? And we're just getting a little baby dusting. It's pretty crazy when you think about it and how that impacts and affects your body. Some of the things you might notice is like you can't sleep at night, or when you try to lay down and sleep, you're so filled with a lot of energy that you can't really go into deeper layers of sleep. So you find, or the other thing you'll notice is your dreams are really vivid because your brain doesn't know what's going on. Your body's getting pummeled. And so you start having these really intense kinds of dreams, right? Okay, so let's have a little look-see as to what I've channeled here in regards to this eclipse coming up April 8th. All right, so this has come direct from source frequency or the light, God, universal oneness, however, which way you want to verbalize that. And yes, any one of us can communicate anytime we want with this energy. Things aren't always as they seem. For example, the hype surrounding the solar eclipse. Instead of focusing on the social media and news outlets, search within, and you will find the nature of these events stem from an energetic pattern. Do you understand that? So instead of focusing on the hype and social media and news outlets outside of yourself, Source is asking us to look within ourselves and see where it stems from, an energetic pattern. So what's the energetic pattern? Does anybody know? So some of the energetic patterns, well, what I just listed just previously. So you're going to notice, oh, my chakras are opening. Oh, there's a lot of light frequency funneling through my body. I'm feeling nauseous. And if it's too much for us, we just ask Source to step it back. Or you can ask your angels to shield you. But this has been coming in now for the past 5 days. So long before April 8th occurs, we are getting pummeled with light. The energetic pattern helps to infuse more light frequency through your vessel. So when you notice what's happening, right? Just like if you go and you notice ET energy on a TV show, and then you're surprised when it comes to visit you. So when you notice what's going on over there, or you notice them looking at you, or you notice them working on you, then it amplifies. It's pretty awesome. This period of time during the solar eclipse and even leading up to the solar eclipse, days in advance, this time is taken to infuse your body with light frequency in order to help lift, raise your frequency, your energy to greater heights. So it's all about lifting, raising your vibrational frequency. So you might be more at peace. You might have a more quiet mind. You're more optimistic than you were before. You have more positive thoughts than you did before. You see the outlook from a different vantage point. The answers just come to you. That's channeling, by the way. That's called claircognizance. So when you have information and you just have a knowing, that is claircognizance. It just comes, it infuses right into your mind. You know the answer. Insights, information pop into your mind. The recommendation to not stare directly at the eclipse, this is agreed upon with the social media and outlets, and is one of the only main things agreed upon being relayed by them. So Source is saying the only thing that Source agrees upon with what we're seeing with the social media outlets and the news outlets, okay, is don't stare directly at the eclipse. It's best if you don't stare directly at it. If you find this energy is tuning in through your chakra centers too intensely, simply ask for it to ease back, step back, or to be shielded. If you want more of this energy to funnel through your vessel, simply ask and more will come. Know this. It is easier for you to connect with the light and all that is during these times. You may notice things that are to pass. So during this time, things are more, the veil is thinner. So you're just going to know things. You may just know information that comes in your mind of things to pass. Or you may just be able to channel more easily, more fluidly. I can say I sure have. Holy moly. Whether I like it or not, it's just flowing in. What can we expect? My return. The return of the high vibrational light frequency known as Source, God, and an increase of the Christ consciousness here on earth. This light, this frequency in truth is all there is, including yourselves. Should you need my help, my guidance, or assistance in any or all areas of your lives, temporary experiences here on earth. This is what Source says our lives are. They are temporary experiences here on earth. So if you're getting really wrapped up in the goings on in your life, just remind yourself of that. This is fleeting to your soul. although it doesn't feel like it when we're here. Okay, so if you like any assistance in any areas of your life, or I would like assistance in all areas of my life, thank you, Source. And I shall step forward, approach, and assist you. Okay, so as soon as you ask, the energy starts to work and move in your direction and start assisting you. I really noticed this with our loved ones that come visit us. They aren't the only ones that come. They bring their whole team of angels. They bring other loved ones. They bring more light to assist you. And that's what we are. We're all a piece of this light. So just remember right now, long before the eclipse even happens and during the eclipse, you might find it a lot easier to converse with spirit, to channel, to use mediumship. You might notice information just funneling through you. You know, that's when you have a pen and piece of paper or your phone, and then you can jot it down. Is the government planning anything fun? It's all about, here it is, here it comes in. So clear. It's all about distraction. And yes, the eclipse is kind of an exciting, fun thing to focus upon, but in truth, it is very similar, if not the same, except for the duration of it. The path of it is different over the earth, but, you know, enjoy it, but don't get distracted. Okay. It's like a baby gets distracted with a toy over here while you're changing its diaper or while you're doing something over here to the baby. This is what I'm getting, like ding, 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 ding with the toy. Okay. And is there anything... I get no, not that Source is aware of. But we're like, oh yeah, online. Not saying you shouldn't be excited. Just don't buy into everything you hear. Here's another thing that I'm hearing from everyone during the eclipse. We're going to have a massive flash and we're all going to upgrade into higher dimensional frequencies. I think most people are thinking 5D. And I've made a video about this long ago. It's probably about 20 videos down on my YouTube channel about the flash. Are we going to have a flash? Are we all going to ascend? And the answer to that is no. It would be the equivalent of, say, yeah, I'd like to channel. I want to hear spirit. And all of a sudden you get bombarded with your angels' voices and communication to the point where it freaks you out. And then you may want to turn off your abilities, or they might shut off, or you get too scared. Why would spirit want to do that? They don't. That's why it comes in very gradual. That's why it comes in very comfortably. It's the same thing with ascension. Source frequency, the light, no one here wants us to ascend from here to through the roof. Big flash, and then all of a sudden what? It has to be gradual. And the entire time that I've been doing this is all I've ever heard from spirit, is it must be a gradual process. So we ascend, we take in more light. Right now, this is what's happening. We are taking in more light frequency. Then we get adjusted and accustomed to that, okay? And then maybe next month during a period, we will move up again, okay? And it will go on and on and on for however much you can handle. Okay? So some people are ready to take in more light. They're just ready to move. Maybe they just are already from a pivot point of having more of a positive attitude, or they're more open, or they can just handle more. Whereas other people are like, no, I don't even want to leave the house. I just want to be left alone. I don't want to go to new heights. I'm fine right where I am. Now we're all ascending. It's just some of us can take in more and move more than others. And it's just about our vibrational frequency as to what we're ready for. Do the pets get affected by the eclipse? Everyone is getting affected at this time. All living creatures on Earth, including the Earth herself. But Source also says, will we go blind? Or will we have permanent eye damage? It's very unlikely. Although it depends on where we are. It depends on if there's cloud cover. It depends on a lot of factors. But it's unlikely, but not recommended. See how you feel when you're watching stuff. So you might be watching social media or the news, and then see how your chest and your head and your stomach feel, okay? If you're watching something and you get this heavy feeling in your body and your chakras start to get tight and your body starts getting tight and you get this pullback sensation, that's not important for you to be focusing on. Either the information is incorrect or the information isn't necessary for you to focus upon. Oh, I feel light and good watching this. Oh, this really resonates. All my chakras are open. Oh, this is a definite yes response. The light has been permeating the planet for a long time. It's getting us ready. It's ramping things up. The difference between maybe 1,000 years ago versus now is that there are more of us that are ready to take in more light and wanting to ascend more and awaken, curious, asking questions, showing up to lives like this, having readings, taking classes, taking courses, wanting to learn more. Okay, so that will tell you you are awakening. There is no question, because the light frequency is leaning in on us and funneling through our chakra centers, filling us with light. Why is it filling us with light? In order to elevate and raise our vibrational frequency. When your chakra centers are opened, it only makes sense you can take in more light. So therefore, when you take in more light, light is what? Information. So when I'm communicating with source frequency, I can feel the energy come through my crown. My crown feels about this wide, and I'm taking in light frequency into my mind, and then my mind is quiet, and then I listen to the words in which source forms in my mind. This is all what you will be learning in the Mediumship for Beginners course, coming up April 15th until the 29th. I've been looking around online, and I'm noticing other people charging like over $1,000 for a 2-week or 2-month course. And I'm like, oof. I don't know about you guys, but that's a lot. I've made mine affordable at $111 for 2 weeks. Okay, so consider that if that's something that you're interested in learning more about. Everything I teach is what I've learned from the angels over the past 18 years. So I'm not going through the traditional route of what you'll notice other people teaching in their courses. It seems to be their outlines are all very similar. Saging, protection, I teach things quite differently. Thank God. Thank God I have the angels here with me. That's all I have to say. Thank God they're here teaching us a different way. And thank God I listened to my angels when they asked me to step forward and do this work. Because not only has it completely transformed my life, but I've watched it transform so many other people's lives. So are earthquakes related to the eclipse? No. That's a solid no. And sources talking about the one in New Jersey. That one is considered to be a smaller one in comparison to many others, but shocking nonetheless. The other part of it is I don't get that there's a need to like maybe get up and move with more earthquakes coming in the future. Oh, we better get up and leave. It's not that there won't be more earthquakes. It's just that there isn't a need or a reason to move because of them. Well, Shannon, you've taken several of my classes, so I'm not super surprised. This is what I've noticed, and this wasn't something I noticed in the beginning. This is just something that I've noticed as things moved along. People will have experiences before my classes, leading up to my classes and courses, and then afterwards. Then now they notice things happening that they didn't notice before. And likely because I'm teaching you to notice. So once you notice, there's no going back. And once you notice, the energy says, he notices. Let's do it more. Let's do it this way. Let's get his attention. Isn't that great? I love it. Some people are like, I want it all. I want everything. I'm like, I wouldn't. And I've watched these people are like, I haven't slept for days. I'm getting bombarded. Well, what did you ask for a few days ago? To give me everything. So, and some people, they'll open certain reading material, or they'll, just tap into the light frequency and they just forget who they are for 2 days because they had so much light permeate through their top of their head. So the most important is to find ways of grounding your energy, whether that's out in nature, rose quartz on your lap to help open your root chakra, put it on your lap, open those lower 3 chakras. My angel told me to do this. I was sitting there one day, somebody gave me a piece of a crystal like that, but it was more flat like this one. And it had like a little crystal tree on it. She said, put that on your lap. I was like, excuse me? So over time, the glue came off and the little tree came off, but I still used the crystal and I put it right by my pubic bone because a lot of us are indoors a lot of the time. So we're in front of our laptops. It's really important to put something like that right near your root chakra, your sacral, your solar, and then you'll find them open and you'll feel the earth's energy, and then you'll feel yourself anchored down, and then it's just not only grounding you, but clearing out those chakras and clearing out your vessel. So you really want to sit and have a chat with Spirit about what your expectations are. What are your boundaries for him? And when he comes of age and it's time for him to think about what his boundaries are, then you can sit down with him and write those down as well. People are like, well, what do I do? No, you are in charge. You state what you want. If the light frequency is pummeling your body too much and you're not sleeping, you have the right to say, listen, my sleep's important to me and I need you to step back so that I can sleep. And I don't mind you anchoring the light in my vessel in between these hours, but when I go to bed at night, I expect... Okay, so it's really important that you hold your own. And you practice that with spirit, you practice that with energy, you're also going to be practicing that with people. People have their own vibrational frequency that they're emitting, right? So it's really important to practice that with people too. If you don't have the crystals, go out into nature, put your feet on the ground, lean your back up against a tree. The tree will start to anchor its energy into the middle of your back and also wash down through the top of your head, through your body. When your mind is quiet, you will feel this. And then the tree will even be conversing with you if you want to just listen to thought forms or words forming in your mind. The tree will have a chat with you. And the earth and the tree will work on not only grounding your energy, but also cleansing it. So if you have any difficulties or hard times right now, the number one thing you'll want to do is go sit at the base of a tree and lean up against it or stand up against it. If it looks kind of creepy and weird, have your phone with you like you're just leaning on the tree on your phone. Okay. I was watching this program last night and they were talking about places on earth where the energy is thin and then places on earth where the energy is thick. So I was kind of, I'm going to watch this. Anytime anyone's talking about energy, there's certain locations on earth where you would say the veil is thinner. So you can feel source frequency, you can feel the angels, you can feel your spirit guides, you can feel your loved ones. The energy is maybe more light and maybe you have beautiful views, but it's the energy. So the other day, I could hear the angels calling me down to this shop I like to go to where I pick out my incense. I'm like, yeah, but I don't need any more incense. Well, I shouldn't go to this shop, but the angels kept calling me down there. So I said, okay. So I drive down there, park the car, and I go in, and the shop's been purchased by somebody else. It's completely redone, but they have my incense in there, so I collect my incense. And the angels are just bombarding me with their light. And I feel so blissful, so good. My body feels great. So in that shop, the energy is thin. Whereas if you go to some places, the energy is really thick. Your chakras aren't as open. You feel heavier in your body. You can't feel spirit. In my opinion, at this age, at this stage with where I am in life, I have to live in a place that's thin. And then even in that location, I have to pinpoint. There's only 2 areas in the city where I live where it's super thin. And I can feel a lot of elemental energy there. And it's really high vibrational and the land feels really good. Excuse me. And it's these 2 areas where I'm able to live. So it has to be thin. And then I go pick out the extra thin areas. Now there's other parts of the city where I live where settlers settled in the 1800s. And so there's hundreds of years of heaviness settled in those areas. Life wasn't as cushy and as easy as we have it now, right? And so in those areas, I've tried living there, but I can't really make it past 3 months. I have to move because the energy is thicker or heavier. And so I've got to go. Now, for some people, they're not as sensitive as I am. They're maybe not as open as I am. So they don't notice it and they don't mind. That's okay. Those people can go live there. But for those that are sensitive and aware and feel the energy, it's really important that you are in a location where you feel really good on the land in that location. You don't want to sink down into the heaviness, okay? We're self-sabotaging ourselves if we do. We're just making our lives even more miserable. B, keep it light. Spirit will guide you, show you the way out of the heaviness. And in order to connect with spirit, is it important to be more high vibrational or low vibrational? It's important to follow the light. The light will steer you in the right direction, always. All right, everyone. I will see you soon. Check out my events, letting you know the beginner's course starts on the 15th for 2 weeks for $111. We also have the Transcendental meditation class coming tomorrow morning. Last day to sign up for that, $30. You can go to KristinDaviesMedium.com and sign up. Love you guys. I'll see you soon. Have a wonderful weekend. Bye.